Kids that I see that are being parented with gentle parenting philosophy, they're not happy kids. They're miserable. They're living their lives with no self-control. They're never satisfied. They're used to getting their way, and when they don't get their way, they're having complete meltdowns. It's not a blessing to kids, and it's not a blessing to others, and it doesn't.
We see this false dichotomy crop up between gentle parenting versus biblical parenting. It's used in a derogatory way. It's equated to permissive parenting, and it's usually used to say all the problems with kids these days are because gentle parenting. You can see this going back generations. The name for it changes. In the 80s and 90s, it was attachment parenting or child-centric parenting that was blamed. Before that, it was Dr. Spock who was blamed. And it typically is people who lean towards a more authoritarian parent authority focused approach. They're looking around at whatever other methodologies are out there and faulting them for societal problems, which becomes a really compelling motivator for any parenting philosophy you are propagating. And it's probably fair to say that other proponents of gentler methods might do the same and say, look, cry it out is like Nazi parenting, right? Like these sort of false equivocations show up as a way to not only critique something, but to say, I'm doing it right? Like, I'm not a Nazi parent, or I'm not a permissive parent. My child's not going to be on the floor in the restaurant losing it, and I experience the shame of it. When you see those kind of conversations, if it's a profitable and fruitful conversation to ask people to really define their terms, what do they mean by any parenting philosophy? What do they mean by gentle parenting? What do they mean by biblical parenting? Like, what are we actually talking about here? And I would also love it if we could stop spotlighting children who are having a hard time or having a difficult moment, or even just having a normal developmental moment like a tantrum, and sort of spotlighting that as like a parental failure or a child's failure. I think there are better arguments to make for and against different parenting styles and these sort of straw manning or extrapolating out one size fits all outcomes. Like if someone gentle parents, they will end up with a child with no self-control who is unhappy and displeasing to God. That is where that trajectory goes. And it's not a helpful observation. It's certainly not interested in hearing why a generation of parents who were raised under more authoritarian means might be drawn to gentler practices. I wish older parents and older parenting experts might get curious about that rather than faulting a generation for finding alternate methods.